Okay, good afternoon, Aziz Jimo. Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing today? It is indeed a pleasure having you here. You are the first person to join us for today. How are you doing? Kindly reply by typing in the comment section so we're sure that the audio is good to go. Beautiful. Before I even finish saying that, I can see you said, good afternoon, sir. I'm fine. And you too? Yes, I'm doing great too. It's a pleasure to be alive. It's a pleasure to be, in good health. So of course we thank God all the same. So I'm sure you're also doing great yourself. As you said, you're doing fine. Um, Today we're going to be discussing the live trading session, the live trading market, where we're going to be looking at opportunities, right? We're going to be looking at opportunities in the market, and then also would address one or two things that you might have questions on. And of course, we'll give you all the necessary information that we feel you need. And then also, if you need anything, do let us know as well. Let us know if you have questions, and of course, we would attend to you accordingly, right? I believe from the last time you joined us, sometime last week or so, you said that you are a beginner, if I'm not mistaken. Kindly remind us, please. I believe you said that you are new to the business, right? I'm not sure. I think that was earlier this, or maybe that was yesterday, the funded trader. Not really sure, but let us know as well. Okay, great. So let's steamroll. Aha, that was yesterday's program. Exactly. Aha, thank you. I remember your name. I remember, you know, when you said yesterday, and I also remembered yesterday as well. In my mind, I was thinking it was, like last week. It has been a few days because, at times, you know, it feels like we've been together for a while, under this roof, 10 trade, talking about the market, talking about the business, and of course, how to make pips, how to make money from it as well. Yes, so that was yesterday indeed during the funded trader program. And you were the first person to join us yesterday, if I'm not mistaken as well. Good. Thank you, sir. Keep it up. Right. So today we are going to be looking at live market analysis, right, under 10 trade. And something we want you to do also. So it's a pleasure having you here. As we said, we're kicking off now so that we start on time and finish on time as well. And of course, this session is brought to you by 10 Trade, the broker of choice. And we want you to do something for us, please. We want you to follow us on the 10 Trade social media handles. Where I'm going to drop the link in a bit so you can follow us if you are not doing that already. So you follow us on the Twitter, on the Facebook, and so on. And then, of course, you also help to share the link with others that you feel that is the link for this training. You share the link for this training. And you can also share the link for the social media handles, right? Let's make noise on the broker that is giving you this platform to learn how to trade the market for free. And then also the YouTube channel. I'll drop the link as well so that you can follow us on the social media handles. Very key, very, very important, right? So basically what we do here, since you are on the new side, you are new to this, I believe, to this live market analysis sessions, what we're going to be doing is talking about the business from this point of view, right? Where we are strictly looking at the charts, live market analysis, or looking at the chart, the opportunities that we can get from the chart, because the market is actively, open now. As you can see over here where the mouse is, you can see price moving up, moving down, and so on, right? So we're going to be looking at this in full force, right? So there's something we always say before we even kick off, right? An example, it is, let me switch over to the slides. It's a quick disclaimer, right? It's a quick disclaimer, and the disclaimer is that the information we're giving you, please kindly note, is not going to guarantee success, even though we're talking about the live trading market session. It's not going to guarantee success. What will guarantee success for you is what, or rather is how you make use of the information. Meaning that you get the information, you must make use of it. You must implement it. And that's something that we always say. Don't just get the information and then expect that you'll make $1 million, within a short period of time. You must put in the work. And don't forget also that this business carries a high level of risk. It's a leverage market, it's a leverage business, right? Which simply means that you can make plenty of money very fast. And of course, you can lose your capital equally very fast as well. So this is something that we want you to be aware of. A lot of people have heard about Forex trading and how lucrative it is, and also how risky it is as well. So there are always two sides to a coin, and this is the two sides that we're giving you now so that you are aware of these things. We have somebody that has just joined us in the name of John Adebayo. His audio has not been turned on, so hopefully he works on that as soon as possible. We're doing this for you, especially Mr. Aziz Jimo, because I believe that you are new to this live trading analysis session. We're going to breeze through the slides before crossing over fully to the charts, right? So most likely, as we said, you are a new trader. So you can see where you are. You are to the left-hand side, a new trader, while some others are struggling traders. So that is a problem. It's a problem because you want to be at this side of what? Being a profitable trader that happens to be your desired situation, your desired outcome. And then you need to develop a winning mentality. Developing a winning mentality, as we always say, Mr. John Adebayo, you're welcome, sir. Developing a winning mentality, as we always say, has to do with the mindset. It's just for you to tell yourself, you can look in a mirror if you want. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that I am a successful trader. I am a successful trader. I am a millionaire trader in dollars, right? Build up that, positive thought into your head. So no matter what, this is not the time to give up. You know that this is like riding a bicycle. You fall down at the beginning, but you pick yourself up and then continue, and then you can start doing stunts, meaning that you can start making good and cool pips at the end of the day. So develop the winning mentality, manage your risk appropriately, risk management. We also have the beginner session that we run on a weekly basis. So you can attend that and you'll learn how to manage your risk. Develop a strategy, a trading strategy. It could simply be a strategy of Fibonacci. It could be Bollinger Bands, moving averages, price action, support resistance, supply demand, and a whole lot of other strategies out there. So you need to develop a strategy, but also know that there is no strategy that is 100%. Trading plan and trading journal, you need to have one to help you to be organized, to be disciplined, avoid unnecessary losses at the end of the day based on your trading, right? So for those just joining us, you're welcome. Solomon Musa, you're welcome as well. Others are yet to join us. Guys, please try to populate this link. You can post this link on your WhatsApp status. You can be doing this even before the 2 p.m. session, right? Or before any of our sessions, so that we have more people that join us early enough so that they don't miss out on this information. As this Jimo is new to this section, so we're running through the slides quickly. And this slide is more or less a guideline as to how we're supposed to be trading. Remember, this is the live trading session where we're going to be looking at the charts live. I'll also be explaining maybe one or two trades that I was able to take before coming on this live. Because on the live, I tend to share the trades that I'm looking out for so that we can benefit from them together, right? So no holds bar. You'll get all the things that you need to get so that you can become successful at the end of the day. So fundamentals analysis and technical analysis, we talk about it in the beginners workshop, where we dive in fully into what they are and how to make use of them. In a nutshell, fundamentals has to do with news, and then technicals has to do with the charts. So we come up with a very small step-by-step procedure, step-by-step process for you to be able to understand, that will guide you and then help you to place trades appropriately. And that is, first of all, you check for upcoming news. Remember we said fundamentals has to do with news. So you consult your fundamentals, you check for the upcoming news. We're going to check for the upcoming news together now. And you map out your charts. We're going to show you the charts that have already been mapped out. And then you simply wait for price action and then wait for your trigger for entry and then you set your stop loss and take profits. After you do this, you let the market do what it wants to do. Let it prove you right or prove you wrong. So Mr. Aziz Jimo, you can kindly write this down. We're going to wait for you a bit, or you can do a screenshot. I always prefer you write things down because you are storing this information up there in your brain as you write down. Because as you're writing down, it is automatically a communication between your brain and your hand. And that's why the more you write something down, the more your brain registers it, and then you can write it down on your own by yourself because it's already up there. So let me know when you have written this down. I believe that you obviously don't really have this information. Mr. Jimo Adebayo and Mr. Solomon Musa, I believe you already have this. Okay, and then Mr. Aziz Jimo said, I've screenshot it, but I will write it down later. Okay, please, I always advise to write things down. Why? Because of what we just mentioned now. It will help your thought process. It helps you easily remember the information. What if the place where you did the screenshots, the phone, it gets deleted by mistake, or your phone, I won't say your phone crashes, you don't say, my phone crashed, Mr. Tolu, you're responsible. You're going to buy phone for me. I'm not buying phone for anybody. Or I'm just telling you things that could happen, right? But when you write it down, you have it stored somewhere, and upstairs especially. Okay, great. So now let's quickly do something. Let's quickly dive back into the charts. And I'm going to first of all show you and explain to you my first trade of this week. This is my first trade, by the way, Euro JPY. For those that were here with us last week and previously, Euro JPY, we have been talking about it for a while based on the movements, based on the trend and so on. And then also, what we're expecting. So I would explain to you my first trade over here, but then don't forget we said something that we need to check what's the first thing we're supposed to do. Who can help me out? Who knows the first thing we're supposed to do? We just looked at it now. You can consult your screenshot of what you wrote down. So Solomon Musa also said done already. What's the first thing we're supposed to do so that we can do that? It's a step-by-step procedure, meaning that you do number one before number two, you do number two before number three, and so on up to the end of the steps. And you can also create your own step-by-step. It's going to help you based on guidance. A lot of traders, they lack discipline. So when you do this step-by-step procedure and you follow it, trust me, to help you to be disciplined very fast. And to help you shorten your learning curve, mean that you are taking advantage of the experience that we have as traders, right? And not you trying to learn it on your own. Nobody's answering. Who knows the first thing we're supposed to do? There's something we're supposed to do first of all, before we even look at this chart that we have in front of us. Wow. I'm going to do something now. I'm going to switch back to the slides. Aha, thank you. Check the news. Check the news. Exactly. You can say the 2 times or news 2 times. You can even write it in capital to stress your point. Check the news. I was about to go back to the slides over here and then show you check for upcoming news. So we need to check the news. And I'm going to show you where to check the news. We check the news here, and this is our area, Forex Factory. There are other places that you can check the news, but this is easy, straightforward, and we use this a lot to, get information, right? We use this a lot to get information on upcoming news. Why upcoming news? Because of volatility in the market. I'm going to do something now. I'm going to click on this home sign. I click on this home sign, and then it has taken us here. Sorry, I need to change the timing, right? But the timing now, as you can see, it's reading, okay, yeah, sorry, the timing is okay, 2:15 p.m. Yeah, so it's reading 2:15 p.m. based on Nigerian time. Now, if you are not in Nigeria, please adjust the time by coming here. You click on the time here, it brings you to this place, then adjust it to your own time zone, depending on where you are, so that it is reading the same thing at the same time based on where you are, right? It is very, very important that based on our talking now, live, whatever time zone you are in, you're looking at the same exact news. So now I clicked on the home to show you something. On the home, you can see we have the news for today, Tuesday, March 7th. Tuesday, March 7th. So these are all the news that we have here, right? And quickly, we always say based on the news, we focus on the actual, right? If you want to get to learn more about this, We do this in our beginners session, right? We do this in a beginner session, so I don't want to take much of our time explaining this. But when we have it as red, red means sell, black means neutral. You don't buy, you don't sell. Black is neutral, red is sell, black is neutral, black is neutral. Green means buy. So what is buy, what is sell with respect to neutral as well? It is based on these currencies that we have here. So you could be buying AUD or whatever based on this news, or you could be buying JPY or selling JPY or whatever based on this news that just came out. These are all the news here. So as we have all the news here, you need to also remember that you need to pair with another currency. So I can't explain how to pair currencies together now. It is until, I repeat, it is until the session for beginners that we'll be talking about much later. So this is the news that we check first of all, and I'm going to also do something because most times we pay attention to the red news, which are the high impact news, because of the volatility that is involved based on the news. So for that, I'll simply come to filter. I can click on filter here, right? Click on filter, and then I will just highlight only the red ones, because that's the one that is of interest to us. I'm deselecting all these other ones, and then I click on apply filter, and then you can see what we have over here. After we've applied filter, it only gives us the red ones that we are interested in. Like I said, the red one simply means that there is volatility that will come out around this period. We have 4 p.m., the news for 4 p.m. And then for 4 p.m., you know, based on USD, there's going to be volatility. And that's approximately 2 hours from now, right? So that is the news. So we know by this particular time, there's going to be volatility for USD. Then later for AUD by 10:55 p.m., that's 11 p.m. Approximately, there'll be high impact news that could easily shake the market as well, right? So based on this here, if you look very well, now we are back to the chart. We're going to talk about this chart and of course, my trade, how I was able to get this trade, my thought process, and so on. So if you look very well, first things first, the chart is an uptrend. It's an uptrend. We mapped out our areas of interest, support, and resistance. Don't forget, once again, you want to learn support and resistance. We're going to be doing this in the beginners training session, the workshop for beginners, where you get to learn how to draw this, your understanding of support, resistance, price action, and all. But then I'm going to just explain this based on the pattern, because everything has to do with a pattern. You can see the way I'm drawing this is based on a pattern. And then when you look at this, you have number 1, number 2, number 3. I'm just doing this to show you how we're able to map out our chart and how we map out charts generally. So as you can see this over here from what we're doing, you can see this over here, number 1, number 2, all the way following this market that we have in front of us. After that, number 1 here, I'll just do this. Number 1, I'll put a line. Number 2, I'll put another line, right? As you can see, number 3, no need to put a line because it is in between number 1 and number 2. So you don't do lines, you don't draw lines for number 3 for the ones that you have this pullback, because the pullbacks are what we're going to use to enter. So we put another one here for number 4, right? Meaning that based on the area of the pullback, we're expecting the market to pull back to this area here of number 2, where we get our entry. So the pullbacks is what we're interested in to enter. In this market that is going up, you can see it's going up based on 1, 2, 3. Look at the direction of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. It's pushing higher and higher, right? So it's pushing higher and higher. This is exactly what we are going to be doing, right? This is exactly what we are going to be doing over here. So it's pushing higher, and this was the reason why I was able to get this trade. Let me clean this up. I believe you understand this diagram that we have drawn here. I'm going to clean it up so it doesn't distract our eyes. So if you look very well, you can see, you should see, as price is moving up and down, it doesn't move at times in a nice and smooth manner, but you can see what we're doing here. We're just trying to trace the major moves here, as you can see. So if you're tracing the major moves here, look at what we're doing here. You can see what we're doing. And then this is where I was able to get my entry here. I got my entry here today. This is my first trade, by the way. So I got my entry here, and then the market has pushed higher. As that's pushed higher, you can see I'm already in profit, right? As I'm already in profit, look at this highs over here. This happens to be resistance, resistance, resistance. It is not yet there. It is not yet there. So of course, I'm already in profits because I entered based on this area here. And if you go back to the screenshot that you did not too long ago, if you go back to what you wrote down not too long ago, based on check for upcoming news, map out your chart, wait for a reaction, and then enter based on the trigger, right? Hope I'm not rushing. Hope I'm not rushing. Let me get your feedback on that. Hope I'm not rushing the information. And then also don't forget this webinar is being recorded. Don't forget this webinar is being recorded. And as it is being recorded, it is on the YouTube channel. It will be posted on the YouTube channel after this session, obviously. You can always hop in there and then watch this over and over to have a better understanding, right? Hope I'm not going too fast. Nobody replied me. Interesting. I would like to do a test at times when I don't get feedback because it's meant to be interactive. I don't know what you are doing, whether you're using me to eat your lunch or you're using me to gist, or maybe you are multitasking and it's not allowing you to fully be here. Because we always say this is a free session, but you are supposed to be paying something, which is what? You are supposed to be paying attention, right? I repeat, you are supposed to be paying attention at the end of the day, which is very, very important. Okay, thank you. So one person said, you are doing well, sir. I'm with you. You are doing well too. Yes, that is our famous macaroni. You are doing well. Thank you. So now, let me show you the screenshot because, there's a particular question I normally get, from time to time. People normally ask me this question when they say that, are you a profitable trader? Are you making pips and so on? It is very easy for somebody to say yes. Favor said, what's today's topic, sir? Okay, you came in late. I think your name is kind of new. Today's topic basically is a live trading session where we're talking about the charts, looking for trade opportunities and so on, right? So it's more or less a live trading session. That's the topic for today. So we are looking at this. By the way, this is brought to you by 10 Trade, the broker of choice, right? So, okay, and then you said, okay, so yeah. So we're going to look at some more charts. If you have from instruments that you're looking at, you can also share the instrument, share the time frame, and we'll look at them together as well. So this is more or less, you can also call this like a market briefing. We're looking at the market live to understand what's happening and see how we can take advantage of it. Yeah, so I was saying, some people normally say, am I a profitable trader? Are you making pips? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And so on. And then I say, what do you expect me to say? What do you expect anybody to say? Most people will obviously say yes. But then my own answer is, let us trade together and then you will see, because seeing is believing, right? So this one I'm showing you here, I'm going to show you the screenshot of the chart I took, and you see the entry, you see the buy, you see the stop loss, you see everything on the chart based on everything we're discussing now. Seeing is believing at the end of the day. Let me just clean this up and then let me just pop this one open, right? So that you see the screenshot that I did much earlier. Remember I said I took this trade today. So let me just switch over to that quickly just to explain that to you. And then you see over here, you should be able to see the screenshot now. Can you see the screenshot? This is a screenshot, this is not a live chat. I tend to do screenshots of like before and after, right? Just to show people, oh, this was my thought process before, this is my thought process now as I've entered, this is what I'm expecting, and so on and so forth. You would also take note of where the price is. It's about 1.145.096 when I did the screenshot. You see that it is not moving. So my thought process was to jump into this trade based on what we have here. You can see we've already done the markets earlier. Some of us are signing in and out. Probably your internet is shaky, I don't know. But this recording will be available on the YouTube channel, so you could connect to the YouTube channel. I think I dropped the link earlier, and I'll drop the link again for those that are just joining us. So that is the link. You can join us on the YouTube channel where once it is dropped, you can watch this over and over and over again for better understanding. So why did I enter here? What was my trigger here? And why did I set my stop loss here? My take profit normally should be over here. So why am I not setting a take profit over here, even though it's close? These are questions that you need to ask yourselves. You know, we learn through questions. If you don't ask questions, there's no way you can grow. I repeat, if you don't ask questions, there's no way you can grow. And if you look at a child, I don't know whether there's anybody that has a child here. If you have, good. And if you don't have, well, I won't say good, I won't say bad. If you don't have, no problem. But we've all been around children, whether yours or in school, or maybe your siblings' children, or whatever the case may be, your neighbors. Now, you notice something unique about children, especially a child that is probably like from 3 years, 4 years, a child that can speak basically. That child is going to ask 1,000,001 questions. 1,000,001 questions. What is this? What is that? Where are we going to? Who is this? This is that, and so on. You will ask 1,000,001 questions in a day. That might seem frustrating to some, but that child is asking that question because the child wants to learn. The child wants to grow. And then you notice that the child continues to grow in age from 3 to 4 to 5. The questions start to reduce because the child is knowing more. So if you are not asking questions, then it means that you know a lot. And if you know a lot about what we're talking about, then it means that you do not need to be here. It means that you should be trading and then be making pips. But if you're asking questions, then truly it means that you are here and you want to learn. And that's why when we ask questions, we can ask a simple question just like, hope you are getting value. Let's ask that question now, right? Hope you are getting value. This is a general question just to be sure that we're together and you are paying attention, right? I hope you are getting value. Let's know in the comment section. Hope you are getting value from this, our live trading session today. Hope you're getting value. Okay, thank you. And as this Jimo said, yes, getting value. Thank you. We have more people joining us, but some of us are joining late. And, you know, I tend to crack jokes once in a while. Okay, thank you. Favor said for sure. Thank you. Even if you're not getting value, please comment that you are not getting value, please. We want to be sure that you are getting, we want to be sure that you're getting value based on what you paid. And you do not pay anything, right? But really think about it. You're paying attention. So you must get value for the attention because attention is really expensive, right? For those just joining us, I was about to crack a joke and say, you're joining us now, obviously because maybe you just remembered or you've been busy or whatever the case might be. But trust me, if you were paying for this session, if you were paying like $1,000 or $5,000, you know, for this session over here that we're having, no matter what you are doing, you would connect to us. Even if you're at the office, you put your earpiece and then you connect and be listening at least, right? So we always say it's always good for us to come on time. You can see we're just a few number over here compared to, you know, the many people that saw this link and are not here yet. Beautiful. Now you can see Aziz asked a question and also another comment or statement from Aribi Salah. I like your name, by the way, Aribi Salah, Timmy Topper. Right, so this is the first trade I just took this week. Let's go back to the chart and see how the trade is doing. And then we'll talk about some other charts as well. And then if you have any instrument that you are looking at, let us know whether it's like Bitcoin or gold or whatever you're looking at, let us know and you know, we'll talk about it together. So this is the first one here. This is another one, the AED USD. If you look at the AED USD, you can see that this chart is very different from this one, JPY that we looked at now. This one, AED USD, you can see clearly that the direction is what? The direction is down. So as the direction is down, it means that we want to go, because for me, I always preach trend trading and not counter trend trading. I'm not saying you cannot counter the market, you cannot go against the market, but going with the market for me is carries there's reduced risk there because you are flowing with the market. You know, they say on a daily basis it's over like $5-6 trillion that is being exchanged between the banks, the hedge funds, prop firms, even retail traders. We retail traders, we combine together to make, you know, a decent amount, right? But you know, the big players are those in the higher institutions, the banks especially, and all. They're the ones that have the big bucks, the volume to move the market, right? So if you look at what we have here, this is another one, and you guys are seeing this live and direct, meaning that we can take advantage of this together. This is another one that I'm looking forward to. We need a pullback to this area of interest where we can see it has acted as support in the past, support, 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 but yet to act as resistance. You can see as the market is going down, we're looking forward to selling. We're more interested in selling in the market. As we're interested in selling in the market, we want the price to pull back here, and then we get our entry to sell, and then hopefully we see the market drop, right? And then your stop loss can be above somewhere here. This is similar to what I just showed you on the Euro JPY. So this is a fresh one from me to you, from Tentry to you, based on our live trading analysis session. This is a fresh one that you can take advantage of today because it might happen today. Don't forget, I'm going to say that don't forget, and I'm going to clean this chart here. As I'm saying don't forget, I'm going to do something for you, right? Pay attention. I'm going to do something for you. Don't forget that later today, I repeat, later today, remember the first thing we're supposed to check. Later today, we have news coming out for USD, and then later for AUD. AUD. So we have news for USD by 4 p.m. and then AUD by 10:55 p.m. This is analysis, guys. This is analysis brought to you by Tentrade, right? So going back to the chart that we're just looking at now, 80 USD, you can see, so don't be surprised if the market pushes back to this area, gives us a trigger, or even if it doesn't give us a trigger, but it obeys what we are looking at, right? And then we have this happen, you will simply be smiling. This was how I started improving. Some people could say, how will I know when I am improving in the business? You will know based on your trade results. You know based on what you put in. You know, they say what you put in is what you get out. You put in the effort, you start to see the results, then it will now make you more of a believer. It builds confidence in yourself. And then because you are saying that, oh, so I've marked this area here, excuse me, I mark this area here, price comes to this area, obeys it. That means that I could have made profits over here. You can even see that we're calling it an area. It's an area and not a price point. And that's why we normally say price area or price zone or price level. So I'm going to use this rectangle to like map out the area. So we use rectangles to map out an area. We can use horizontal lines just to fine tune it for your eyes. Because also, truth be told, I could decide to clean up this chart. Let me clean up the chart here. Just a second. I'm going to clean up the chart. I'm going to just delete everything that we have here, right? Because this is how to train yourself. When you clean up everything, as you can see, we just did, you can see this chart here. There's nothing on the chart. It's absolutely clean. No indicator, no support resistance that we just cleaned up, no supply demand, nothing. But then you should have a pretty good idea based on the flow of the market, flow of the trend. That is why you hear some traders, different traders using different things. They could be saying the order flow, the flow of orders. The orders has to do with like price orders, price basically. So the flow of price, you can see the flow of price is to the downside. So anyhow you are talking about, anyhow you're looking at it, you must understand the language of the market because this is the language in front of us. A lot of us do not understand this language. A lot of us do not understand French. But when you start to understand French from different angles, from numbers, on, do, tra, squat, sorry, I don't know French, so that's what I remember from primary, secondary school, or Spanish. I won't even try that one, don't worry. Or whatever language you are learning, you understand the numbers, you understand the greeting, you understand the alphabet, and you are working your way from the low to the top. That's how it's supposed to be, right? So let me just put, let me just try to put those things that we deleted, or maybe they're gone forever. I don't know, but I'll try to redraw them later, right? And then let's continue what we have. You have other charts. Okay, sorry, let me read. I think I had some comments. Let me read them properly. Let me read the comments before we proceed because of time as well. So as Ejimo said, my question is that have you been watching the charts for days or hours? Have you been watching the chart for days or for hours? Now, when it comes to trading, now listen to this, guys, everybody. Mr. Aziz Jim is asking, my question is that, have you been watching the chart for days or hours? Now, as a trader, you're meant to be more of an active trader and not passive. What do we mean? Oh, sorry, forgive me. You're meant to be more of a passive trader and not active. What do we mean? Active simply means that you are actively watching the chart. No, but then passive is that you passively, right? Because if you look at Warren Buffett as an example, he doesn't trade actively, it's more passive. Once they start, purchasing the stocks and so on, it is there for a long period of time. They don't need to be looking at it every second, every hour, just like Mr. Aziz said, that do you watch it every hour, every day, every this, every that? No. When we post I'll give you an example. I'm going to use this 80 USD that we have over here. All right, so on this 80 USD, let me just quickly do this marking here. I'll just do only this one because it's the one that we're really interested in, or maybe the next one somewhere around here as well, right? This one too. But then if you look at this now, this is based on what time frame? This is based on 1 hour. You can see the 1 hour time frame to this corner here. This is the 1 hour time frame that we're trading. So as is 1 hour, it simply means that every candle you have here is going to last for 1 hour. The time now is 2:38 p.m. Nigerian time. So that means that by 3 p.m., look at it now, by 3 p.m., you ask yourself, based on where the market is now, right? Based on where the market is now, by 3 p.m., do you think this market can get to this point? Yes, there's a possibility, especially if there's high impact news that we talked about for USD 4 p.m. or by AUD 10:55 p.m. But under normal circumstances, by 3 p.m., the market would not have gotten here. Are we together? But by 4 p.m., probably it might get there. Because if you look at some candles, you see some candles that are on the big side, maybe like this one, sizable candles that you can, if you look at them very well, these big candles are based on volatility, based on news that dropped. So that means that it's possible that you might have a big news that comes out like the one for 4 p.m. for USD, and this is 80 USD. So you might have one that might push higher. So I might not need to check this chart until 4 p.m. or maybe even 5 p.m. So it is a thing of gauging, or worst case, you can be checking the market every hour. So you're not looking at this on a per second basis, because a lot of traders, even based on the time frame they're using, they're looking at the market based on staring. They just refer to their system. I'm sure some of you are guilty of what I'm saying now. If you are guilty, let us know. Type guilty. Some of us could easily, and I'm saying this also because I was once upon a time, I was guilty of this. You are looking at the market from 1 hour, 4 hours, or whatever time frame, and you are just in front of your system glued to it. You can't do any other thing. You're just staying at the market, waiting for the market to get to that place, like watching paint dry. You can see we've been talking and we're watching this chart. You can see the way it's moving. It's as if it's not even moving, but it is moving. And at the end of the day, it has not gotten to where we're expecting the market to get to, but we're still there watching and watching and watching. But no, this is not how to trade. A lot of us are guilty of this. What you're supposed to do is based on your time frame. Time frame would help you to know how to look at the market. Let me give you an example, another example. This here is USD card, and this is from the daily time frame. You can see this is the daily time frame here. It means that each candle is lasting for a day. So I don't need to check this chart until the end of each day. Until the end of each day. You can see this chart over here, the trend is up. This is USD card, by the way. And this daily time frame means that if you're looking at it from here, you are more or less a swing position trader. These are the higher time frame traders. Those are swing position traders that hold the not trade opportunity, sorry, they hold their trades for a long period of time, for days, for weeks, for months, years, and so on. So you can see the next area of interest is here. Most likely this will not get here today or tomorrow. It's not get here until a few days. So I hope I've answered the question. I believe we flogged that question well enough for you to understand that watching the charts is not necessarily for days or hours. It's based on your time frame. It's based on how you're looking at the market and a whole lot of other things. And that's why, as we look at the market together, it will be a thing of you understanding and then you taking advantage. And then Temito says, sir, the meeting keep logging me off. if it's if this is this, let's type this properly. Is this bad network from my end? Okay, that question, right? I won't answer, but I'll let others answer because you can see that question is from you, Arabi Salah Temitope. You asked if it is from your end, so it could be from your end or from my own end. So let's make the question for everybody. Guys, is the internet breaking from your own end as well? Because if it is breaking from your own end, or if it is disconnecting for more or less everybody, and that means that it might be from my own end. And if it is not breaking, that means the internet is good from your end. You're following what we're saying. The audio is good, visual is good. And that means that it is from Aribi, Salah, Temitopa's end. So let's get feedback from you guys. Thank you. Okay, thank you. You can see Favor said, no, it's not breaking. So as it is not breaking for Favor, that means that it is not from my end. It is from your own end, Temitope. Right? Hope you guys don't mind I call you first name basis. Not really sure what your first name or your last name is. I'll just pick one that's easy for my tongue to call out. So Temitope, hope you can see that it is from your end and not from mine. The same thing is occurring to some of us as our internet keeps on going in and out. And this is where I now tell you that in this business, you need more than one internet provider, especially if you're in Nigeria. But if you're in Nigeria, you should know that we don't have the best of the best internet. The internet that is working today might mess up tomorrow. And that's why we say, no matter where you are, have more than one internet provider. No matter where you are, whether you are in London or the US or Canada, have more than one. For me, I happen to be in Canada, but then I have more than one. I have at least two internet providers. Your two internet providers could be your mobile and then your normal, I won't mention name, your mobile based on telecoms, or it could be your normal dongle, all those small Wi-Fi, MiFi, whatever, or the one that you connect to electricity, you might have it, right? Great. And you can see, okay, yeah, you can see Kelechi said mine is okay. People said, no, it's not breaking. Typical said, it's okay now. So, thank you. So let's continue. As this Jimo said, how sure are you? I've never read the question, but I'm smiling. How sure are you? I like that first part. We're going to break it down. Is Mr. Aziz Jimo still here? Okay, good. I can still see your name because I can see that people are signing in and out based on the internet as well. When you said, how sure are you? I've not read the remaining, but it made me to smile. And I'm going to answer based on how sure are you statement. How sure are you that when it gets to the point where you enter, it will start moving up? Nothing is 100% in life. That's why I was smiling before reading the remaining. So for you to say, how sure are you? There is nothing that is 100%. It could get to my level, I could enter, and it could be a loss at the end of the day. So nothing is given. But, and this but is in capital. I don't want to shout, but the but, if I shout, you know how I'm emphasizing the but. But based on your experience, you start to have a good enough what? You start to have a good enough feeling, a good enough understanding of when most likely it might work and it might not work. It doesn't mean also that you will not have losses. And another disclaimer, I am not the best trader. I am not the worst trader as well. I repeat, I am not the best trader in the world. I am not the worst trader as well. I am a good enough trader, which simply means I have winners and I have losers as well. My winners take care of my losers. If I can place 10 trades and only 3 are winners as opposed to 7 losers, trust me, I can easily be profitable at the end of the day because of my winners. You always ensure that you let your winners run and then you cut your losers, your losses short. Meaning that your risk to reward ratio, you make sure your risk to reward ratio is decent enough for you to be able to cater to the losses. So there is nothing that is 100% once again. Hope you understand my reply, because I'm even slowing down to reply as is Jimo based on his comment. How sure are you? You understand? We map out our charts and we wait for the markets to do the needful. We take our trades. We don't cross our fingers. No, we don't do that. We don't wish, we don't hope here in the business. We do what we need to do based on what we can see, what the market is telling us. It's not all the time that you drive your car, right, that you will drive and then you will not have an accident. An accident being that it's not necessarily you that hits someone. It could be another car from the back, right? Not the bank, another car from the back that hits you. It could be an Okada rider. It could be a Marwa. It could be a lot of instances. I remember back then when I used to drive in Nigeria. Driving in Nigeria could be frustrating. Driving in Lagos, very busy place, obviously. For those that might be in Lagos, you would understand what I'm talking about. You are not the one that will bump into someone. Me, I'm a clean driver, just like I'm a clean trader. I don't place trades anyhow. I don't drive anyhow, right? I'm a decent trader. I could be rough or whatever, but I'm a decent trader. I'm a decent driver and so on. So basically, then it's always Maras or Okadas always hitting me from the back or side or my side mirror and so on. That simply means that you still have losses, right? So let's continue so I don't flog that comment. It's almost the top of the hour where we would be rounding up sooner than later. Our video recordings will not be so lengthy from henceforth so that we give opportunity to everybody to watch the recording and then learn and learn. So if you go back and watch these recordings on the YouTube channel, don't forget on the YouTube channel, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on the notification bell. Then once the video is dropped, you get an alert based on that. And then do well to comment. You watch a video, you have questions, comment on the videos, ask your questions. If you got value, comment there you got value. Tell us one thing that you learned, and so on, right? Engage over there, engage over here to be good for you, to be good for us, to be good for everybody at the end of the day, right? And then of course, don't forget to like and share the videos, the YouTube channel, and so on. Okay, so with that said, right, let's continue. Let's just breeze through a few that we might have on the radar. We talked about the AUD USD not too long ago. GBP USD, look at GBP USD, it's not clean. It's more of sideways if you look at what we have right in front of us. So based on the chart you're looking at, based on how you're looking at it as well, you already start to have a sense of feeling. Those ones that are clean, you can see this AUD USD is clean to the downside. This is what we mean by clean. Nice and clean to the downside. GBP USD is not clean. It's looking more or less like it's sort of zigzag, right? Funny zigzag. You can see, meaning that more or less where it started from is more or less where it is now. When we say zigzag, let me do something for you. This is where it started from, right? Do a zigzag in this manner. You can see we're more or less tracing. Right, so this is like a tracing that we're doing on the charts, and this tracing also, remember when we were much younger, drawing art, we did a lot of tracing, right? I believe you guys did tracing, right? So we did a lot of tracing back then. You can see what we're doing here, we're tracing. So based on that tracing, this is where the market started, and then this is where the market is over here. You can see it is more or less at the same place over here. You can see this is more or less like a sideways market. Sideways market is also known as a ranging market, or known as an equilibrium market, or known as a consolidating market. Whatever English you want to use, it still means the same thing. Compared to this one that we looked at much earlier, the AUD USD. Looking at the AUD USD, you can see that there is a movement in this manner. If you look very well, sorry, excuse me. You can see we're also tracing this one as well based on how it is moving. As we're tracing, you can see this is where the market started, sorry, and then this is where it is now, presently. Excuse me. And if you're going to connect these two together, sorry, just a quick second. I need to just quickly sip a bit of water. Okay, sorry about that. So if you look at where it started from to where it is now, you connect the two of them together. You can see this line that we drew, or this arrow, then we convert it into an arrow. This arrow is pointing downward. So this is clearly a downward trend. This is clearly a downward market, as you can see right in front of us. Okay, great. So just to give you a better way to look at the chart. So this is GPUSD we looked at now. This is Euro USD. You can see Euro USD 2 is more or less the same thing. So we need to wait for it to get cleaner. So those charts that are not looking too clean, you leave them alone. This one is nice and clean. This is the USD card 1 hour. You remember we looked at the USD card daily, which was also pointing upwards, and then the USD card 1 hour is also pointing upwards as well. So we would have loved for the market to come back to this point, and when we get an entry to push higher. But based on what it is doing, it is going to this area here. As you go to this area here, if you look to your left-hand side, you can see we said area, not point. So this area here is showing that there was some rejections here, and the rejections happen to be resistance, right? You can call it resistance, or you can call it supply, right? So over here, if you are a counter trend trader, I mean that you are going against the trend, then you'll be looking forward to selling over here. It's your choice. Or if you're a trend trader, wait for it to break out, pull back here, and then get an entry here to take it higher, right? So obviously it hasn't occurred yet, so we have to exercise patience. Just like a question from Mr. Aziz not too long ago, how you watch the market. You can check on this one on the hourly, check on this one every 2 hours or whatever. But for me personally, I do not stare at charts, right? That was a bad habit, and that was making me to concentrate too much on this trading, and then it was making me to lose focus, because the more I was focusing on this, the more I was losing focus, and of course health-wise it wasn't good as well. So I'm saying this as well for you guys, right? So that you can look at the market in a proper way. Don't forget, some of us are still joining pretty late. I think Dr. Muller, you came in a few minutes ago. Please, you can watch the recording on the YouTube channel. I've been dropping the YouTube channel for a while. I would also drop it again, right? Because you might not see the previous comments and all on this Zoom platform, right? So I've dropped the YouTube link again. Please join us. We're fast approaching our time to round up. So guys, if you have any quick question, feel free to ask. Maybe if you have an instrument you want us to look at together, also feel free to ask, and then we will look at them together quickly, and then we would conclude for the day. You can see this one is a no-brainer. What are we looking for, guys? We're looking for the market to come down and then push up. Meaning that over here, this area, we'll look for a trigger to buy, right? So this is definitely a buy scenario. So trading doesn't have to be difficult. Take advantage of what we're dishing out. Some people are here, they're not taking advantage. There's nothing I can say. Many are called, few are chosen. Some people are here, or some people are supposed to be here, but they're not here. I don't know why. Some people are meant to watch this recording, they don't watch it. I don't know why. Some people, I just don't know why, and that's the truth. But at the end of the day, people want to make money. People want to retire early. I'm sure you don't want to retire early. These are things that people have not really thought of. If you're thinking of these things, you work aggressively towards like an early retirement and so on, where you can be trading passively, not trading actively, trading passively and still making some good income on a monthly basis, and then you are smiling to the bank, right? So these are things that we need to, pay attention to, and then of course, do the needful at the end of the day. Okay, great. So do you have any question, guys, before we wrap up, right? Do you have any question, guys, before we call it a day? We've been talking about a few charts, and then we still have some more. The charts are too much, so obviously you cannot just breeze through all of them. This is the Bitcoin here for maybe if you trade Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin, you should already have an idea what. So you can see that our live trading sessions, after a while, it just becomes boring because it is repetition of what we're looking out for. The major problem with traders now, I will tell you this for a fact, is that you lack patience, you lack discipline, you are greedy, your emotions are all over the place. And these are things that you can only deal with if you have a mentor. We can be your mentor. As an example, under the 10 trade roof, we have the general group, and then we have the group for signals. So you can also join us for the signals group. The signals group is where signals are dropped, and then for you to be able to join that section, right, all you have to do is simply fund your account with a minimum, sorry for my English, I need to clear my throat, a minimum of $100. So if you had million, sorry, a minimum of $100 to be eligible to join that signals, the 10 trade signals, the 10 trade Telegram signals group. right? Okay, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying at the end of the day. And then also, if you are interested in a one-on-one 30-minute session, one-on-one 30-minute session with myself, where we talk about things that might be bothering you, or we can trade together, or whatever the case might be, you have my attention for a full 30 minutes, and then we trash out anything that you need trashed. So for that 30 minutes, if you want to be eligible for it, all you have to do is to fund your account. Fund your account with a minimum of $500. You're funding your account. It is not a payment. But then anything that you need, anything that you feel you want, or let me ask this question before we round up. I can see somebody said gold. You haven't talked about gold. Okay, I'll flip over to gold now, and gold would be the last instrument that we'll look at today. I was about to drop a link. I'll just drop a link for you guys. It's a link for our survey. We have a small survey where you can help us to fill, that will help us to know maybe how we can serve you better. You can also let us know, you can comment now, maybe things that you would like to see 10 Trade doing. Let us know. So that's the link for the survey, right? Survey link above. Let me just type that out. So that's the survey link above that we just dropped. Let me quickly switch over to gold. This is gold over here. You can see gold seems to be on the move. And as it seems to be on the move, where is it going to? This area that we have mapped out over here. If you look to the left, support, support, resistance, resistance. I'm sure you can see what we're doing. We have support. We have some little area here of support, even though it breached out and all, it's an area. So that is the gold. So that means that for gold, if I want to do anything, I would want price to get here, get your trigger, and then buy, put your stop loss below. Take profit can be at this place here, or take profit can be at this high over here. Final take profit. So you can have take profit 1, take profit 2, depending on how you are trading and managing your trades. So that is the gold. As Jima said, before coming to this program, I viewed someone's status saying that if you want to trade, check the news. If you want to trade, check the news first. And if you see a red sign beside the currency, you want to trade, leave it. Please, you need to compose these things well. I'm understanding, but it's taking me time. You are not really using your commas and full stops well enough, and you made it too lengthy. You could have broken it down. Before coming to this program, I viewed someone's status, in quotes, saying that if you want to trade, there should have been something there, comma or full stop. Check the news first. Yeah, you said check the news. And if you see a red sign beside the currency, that's high impact news. Red sign beside the currency, you want to trade, leave it. But you didn't say much about it when you filter the green and red sign. The green and red sign. Now, if you noticed, right, before we even looked at the Forex Factory, we said something. We said it is combination of fundamentals and technicals. So you are combining the two. I repeat, you are combining the two. If you're looking at only the fundamentals and you see high impact news, the red one simply means the red under the impact. It simply means that there's going to be volatility, high volatility that's going to be introduced to the market at that point in time. High volatility that will be introduced to the market at that point in time. Let me switch to the, let me switch up. Where's my home? Home, where are you? Okay, this is it. So I clicked on home. Okay, oh, sorry, I've already filtered. Let me just refresh this page, sorry. Let me refresh the page. Still filtered, so I might need to add everything back. Let me just add everything back, click on all to add back, and then click on click on apply filter. Okay, you can see we have all the news here, and under the impact is what we're after, right? So you can see under the impact here, we have yellow, we have orange, we have red. So they are low, medium, and high. Red is high. So high simply means there's going to be volatility. It doesn't mean you cannot take advantage, but you don't trade it directly. You combine it with the technicals. So I don't know who told you that. Don't mention the name. The person is right when it comes to checking the news first of all, right? But, right, One thing you also need to take note is that you are going to combine the technicals and the fundamentals together. It is the combination of the two. They say that two good heads are better than one. And if you noticed, what we've been doing is combining the two, paying attention to the news coming up at 4 p.m. This might happen, that might happen, not just the fundamentals alone. Hope you understand that. Okay, please, sir, I need more clarification on it. Okay, I just explained that. Guys, we're going to have to round up now. Our questions will not end, obviously. I could drop my number, or you could reach out to your account manager. Please reach out to your account manager or reach out to the person that sent you the link for more information. Kelechi Ume said, I don't know if our suggestion in the survey link will be acted upon or ... I was able to fund my account with $50. Century should pardon and add us to the Signal group. Now look at it this way. You know, there's always like rules that we need to, and things we need to abide by, follow by. The rule states fund $100. I am a partner with 10 Trade. I do not call the shots. I'm not part of the management. I'm just dishing out the information. Majorly, I am a trader. Okay, sorry. Let me reintroduce myself to you. My name is Tolu Olatunji. I am a trader, an analyst, and a coach. I am not an alcoholic. You know how they normally introduce in maybe like therapy session or whatever. So I am a trader, analyst, and coach. I'm a partner. I'm a partner with 10 Trade. So I'm not part of the management. You could also inform your account manager, since you said you funded your 10 Trade account, so you should know your account manager, probably Princess or any of the account managers there. So talk to your account manager and see whether you could be allowed. But for me, I know it is $100, right? It is $100, and all you need to do now. Let me even add this as well. You know, the more money you trade with, the better for you. $50 will not allow you to place the number of trades that you need to. It will limit you based on your lot size as well. Well, we also mentioned the aspect yesterday. Yesterday's session was the funded trader program. So we mentioned that aspect with respect to you fund $300, then you are eligible for bronze. The bronze, I can't go into that fully. Go and watch the video recording from yesterday. You get more information on that, right? So it is minimum of $100 for the signals group, number one, minimum of $500 for the one-on-one 30-minute session, right? So it is to your own benefit. At the end of the day, the more money you trade with, the better for you. There are lots of people that trade with small account balances and they end up crashing it over and over and over and over again. But if you fund and you allow it to accumulate, instead of $50 or $100, before you know, you can easily be trading with $1,000, $500. Look at it like a savings where you're putting money in, and then before you know it, it has gotten to $500, $1,000, and then you can now trade better, right? Okay, thank you. You said, all right, I grab. Thank you. So with that said, we're going to run up now. Please, guys, you need more information, contact your account manager. You're interested in the Signals Telegram group, do the needful, fund minimum $100, inform your account manager for the Signals group. And then also you're interested in one-on-one 30-minute session with myself, Tolu Olatunji, right? Non-alcoholic, trader, analyst, coach, partner. Do the needful, fund your account with fund your account with $500 for the one-on-one 30-minute session. Anything that you feel you need, the survey has been dropped, the link has been dropped. Go there, fill it. It's supposed to know whether you prefer morning, afternoon, or evening sessions. If you need a private session, let us know. Talk to your account manager. Anything you feel you need, let us know. If you need hand holding, private session, let us know. Talk to your account manager, right? There will always be T&C, terms and conditions attached to this, attached to that, please. So do not be surprised if you are asked to fund your account for this, or you are asked to make payment for that, or whatever the case might be. There is usually T&C attached. These ones that we're here, these are totally free. You just have to have an account. And if you don't have an account, get back to the person that gave you the link. Have an account with 10 Trade, because all this information you're supposed to be practicing, right? Very key, very, very important. So now I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to say thank you to everybody for joining us.